Organizations purchase a wide variety of goods and services, and every purchase involves a trade-off between what the organization can produce or provide internally versus what must be sourced externally. For many items, the make or buy decision is straightforward. For example, very few companies could manufacture their own production equipment, computers, or even pencils. Yet, all organizations need these items to support ongoing operations. The real challenge lies in deciding which suppliers offer the best value and reliability for the items that must be purchased externally. This is where the purchasing department plays a critical role. A typical purchasing department is responsible for acquiring a broad range of goods and services, and for each category, organizations should implement metrics and measures to track the amount of goods held in physical inventory. Monitoring these metrics ensures that the company maintains sufficient supply without tying up excessive capital inventory. In short, effective purchasing requires not only selecting the right suppliers, but also carefully managing inventory and understanding the trade-offs between in-house production and external sourcing. In reality, it is relatively rare for all steps in the purchasing process to be followed for every transaction. This typically only happens in the case of a first-time purchase of a new product or service. In practice, most purchases are straight rebuys, where the organization buys something it has purchased before. Generally, three types of purchasing situations can be distinguished, and understanding this typology is important because the degree of uncertainty and risk a buyer faces strongly depends on the type of purchasing situation. The higher the monetary value of this purchase and the greater the technical complexity, the higher the perceived risk. In these cases, more functions and more people will be involved in the decision-making process. The involvement of these individuals, as well as their specific roles, will vary at each step of the purchasing process. And because many purchasing decisions are interdisciplinary, involving input from finance, operations, quality, and other functions, it's essential that the decision-making process was well organized. Many problems in purchasing decisions and supplier relationships arise from a lack of clear organization within the decision-making unit. Ensuring that responsibilities and processes are clearly defined helps mitigate risks, improve supplier relationships, and increase overall purchasing effectiveness. Today, the role of purchasing is more critical than ever. Several current trends are driving this increased importance. One aspect is the cost pressure. So organizations are under constant cost pressure to reduce costs while maintaining quality. Since purchased goods and services often represent 50 to 80% of total costs, effective purchasing decisions directly impact profitability. Another aspect is that procurement markets are becoming increasingly volatile due to fluctuations in raw material prices, also due to supply shortages and also geopolitical events. This uncertainty makes strategic purchasing and supplier management essential to maintain business continuity. Another aspect is IoT development. So the Internet of Things is transforming supply chains. Smart sensors and connected devices allow companies to monitor inventory, track shipments in real time, and optimize purchasing decisions in general. This technological development increases efficiency, but also requires sophisticated purchasing strategies. Another trend is also the globalization. Global supply chains offer opportunities to source more competitively, but they also increase complexity. So companies must manage suppliers across multiple countries. They navigate different regulations, and they also respond to international risks, making strategic purchasing more critical. Another aspect is the technological innovation in general. So rapid technological advances demand that organizations continuously update their products and services. Purchasing plays here a key role in sourcing innovative components and materials to remain competitive. And another aspect I would like to mention is the risk management. Supply chain disruptions, natural disasters, political instability, or supplier bankruptcy can have major consequences. Purchasing is no longer just a transactional. It is central to risk management, ensuring that the organization can maintain operations under uncertain conditions. So my conclusion is that these trends demonstrate that purchasing is not just a support function. It is a strategic function that directly affects efficiency, innovation, risk mitigation, and overall competitiveness. Companies that master modern purchasing practices are better positioned to successful and to succeed in today's dynamic business environment.